Well, guys, this gondola, I think it's seen better days. Hiya Borkers, I'm Jalen Fulf and welcome back to Planet Coaster. Last time we were here, we've built a couple of new shops, maybe even a few rides here and there just to get things sorted. And not to mention, not everything is as it seems if I'm not mistaken. Got a couple of rides to open, had a good moment building this griffin over here. I didn't even realize it when I built it, but that griffin is actually a replica of an existing coaster of that same name out in Busch Gardens. Yes, that is the griffin in Busch Gardens. And I didn't even realize it until I checked the workshop item itself. But for purposes that I want to keep its history alive, and there's a good reason why same designs are in most places around the you know, it's not a coincidence how some coaster designs can easily be repeated across multiple different parks. So what I end up doing here is when I do the naming process for all these rides, Griffin is going to end up being the particular coaster, one of those particular coasters that does get a new name and a new identity, which, as I explained in many different videos before, is going to be part of you guys naming it after yourselves. So I've got one thing to delete so far, and that is this gondola. Remember we built this gondola back in part 12? I don't think anymore that it seems very fitting. I mean, imagine, you have a gondola chain lift, taking guests from one hill to the next. And in that time frame, while that gondola was happening, we were also building this tram system. What purpose do we have now? Oh, and not to mention, on the other side here, a monorail has been built on the same area where you would also find a station for the tram. So what's the purpose of this gondola? Well, when I originally built it, I meant to have it as an easier transport between point A to point B, until now I start to realize that more peeps are actually getting from point A to point B faster just by taking those steps at the bottom. Mainly the abled people. But as for the rest of us, it doesn't matter. I can now just as easily take this out. I'm going to demolish it. Why? Not fitting and too short. Well, as I said many times before, we are approaching the end of the park, but as it also seems to you guys, and I'm pretty sure many of you have also said the same thing directly to me, we may not be so lucky this time around. For instance, what am I going to put over here to replace the station that was over here? Furthermore, if I go down over here, there's some missing parts that are over here. What could I build there? Well, I have one idea that I've actually picked up from the Steam Workshop for this particular location here, and in order for me to do that, I'm going to have to do some terraforming. So you're just going to have to watch me do all this flattening the surface once again. Okay, not like that. More along the lines of, let's just say, flatten to foundation. Makes it easier. Flatten to foundation. Because then I can actually build it proper on the place I actually want it. Or even better, I can do this. Because then it's going to be right there in front of us, and no worries whatsoever about all of that. Maybe a little cliff to sweeten up the deal. But all in all, the end result is that whatever is going to be built over here is on this little mini plateau of sorts. But I also want to do a little bit of this, too, just to get a little bit of that out of the way. Maybe a little view for the tram system is a bit needed here. Don't you guys agree with me? Why don't we do the exact same thing? I'm going to cover some trees, I'm aware of that. But I can also do some scenery moving. It's no problem whatsoever. I'll do this. Do a little... Not a... Wait a minute, is that advanced move and duplicate? I'm going to have to cancel that, please. Thank you. Where it's cancel, there it is. I want to just move it. Ultimately, what ends up happening is I'm going to shift the trees up. They were meant to be there anyways. Oh, and speaking of trees, did I actually move the trees over here near the griffin? If I never did, then I can always just drop them down. Or move them up. Like over here. Are these trees okay? Some of them, probably not so much. Now my question also becomes, how... Hold on, what's Boomboat? What is Boomboat? Oh! I never opened this thing. But here, we already have a Log Flume in the... already have a Log Flume in the park anyway, so I have something else to add to this list. Build a new Log Flume. Or build a new... Actually, why don't I, while I'm here, let me go ahead and look at all the custom water rides. Just to get this thing sorted. I have a River Rapids already. I used to have a series of steamboats that went all over the lake, but that just turned out to be just a big bunch of a big mess, why don't you say? So instead, I'm going to do another deletion. This boomboat right here, gone. The Log Flume over here is already going to take care of that. And on top of that, instead of doing what is best logical for me, what could I potentially put in here that could make things work? No, I already have a boat ride armada, which is on the same lake as you can see right here, the short one right here. I already have a Log Flume. If you go over all the way over to here, you can see that I have this Log Flume over here. Although technically I could also move this immediately to the lakeside, just to sweeten the deal over there. But what could I replace over here as well? You guys tell me in the comments if this is logical. As far as others are concerned, I already have a River Rapids, which is also all the way over here. The lake doesn't seem to be a logical place for it, but I could also increase the prestige of this ride. I do have plans later down the line to increase prestige on a lot of my rides, which I have never done in this entire series. As far as Steamboat goes, Island Adventure was what was originally over here when I first built it. That was meant to be some sort of transport ride, it looked like. And then Land Ahoy. The heck? So I don't know exactly what to build over here other than possibly extending or at least building a second... hang on. What blueprints do I have? Here, I'm gonna go search up the Steam Workshop real quick and see if I can find anything relating to Log Flumes. I'll catch you on the flip side. Okay, so I am back. I do have this Paradise Falls over here. I'm not entirely sure. Was this meant to be strictly a Log Flume? Because I remember downloading this and I never got around to actually including it in a park of sorts. But the only issue that I have right now is it also includes a coaster. So how am I going to build both of these? How am I going to build both of these? Whoever made this, you tell me how this is going to be built. Oh, hold on. And I don't know how you like having your coaster built in the water. So here's what I can do. Here's what I can do. Let me close this. I'm gonna go ahead and delete these paths because once we get everything sorted inside this area, I'll go ahead and start building some ideas, or at least implementing some ideas that could possibly become part of it. I don't even know if by clearing out that particular menu that the particular workshop items could possibly be installed here. Let me see. Aha, we have them. Alright, so apparently when I was in the workshop, the items just wouldn't go through. So here are a couple of ideas. Like I said, we have Paradise Falls, which I had before, but I also added some potentials. Let me see. We have Carnival Log Flume, which is simply a log flume that has the theme of magnificent rides, it looks like. So logically, we could possibly put this in its own little section, but unfortunately, this does not look like something that can be well fit within the theme. It is tropical, less jungle, more tropical. So no thanks to that. Now a German one, Devel, I'm trying to pronounce it. Devel? I think it's pronounced that way, if I'm not mistaken. Of course this is taking forever to load. There it is. Too big! No thanks. Next is Fate of Atlantis. Steam Workshop Blueprint failed to load. Okay, there goes one from my workshop. I'm sorry. Now, I didn't just collect log flumes. I also collected rides such as River Rapids as well. So if it's not a log flume, we can always grab a River Rapids one too, like Jungle Drift, for instance. But apparently this one's also too big. Luckily, I said jungle. We had a jungle theme. And what do you know? Something that doesn't fit. However, it could fit elsewhere in this jungle area as well. Since I'm using mostly workshop stuff for this area, I might as well consider adding something close here in the first place. But then becomes a problem of what to do with the rest of it. I'm going to skip it for now and go on to the next one. Piranha Falls is obviously one that I could potentially do, but we also have Rio Bravo, which is also too big. How about Splash Hills? Let me do a little rotation here, see if I can actually do this. Too big. Plus, it was on trees anyway, so it's not going to fit in the water. Then we have Two Falls Fasseur. I think I'm mispronouncing that. Which, too big again. God, why do you guys keep building so big stuff? The only logical thing I could put in here is Paradise Falls, which not only by itself has its own coaster, but also has a log flume of its own. So I'm gonna have to be extremely careful when building this too. Because logically I could put it over here. Logically, this is the only place I can even put it. Let me just make sure that most of the stuff is actually hidden. And that the scenery is actually loaded proper so I can actually do the hide me, show me thing. I need that loaded so I can possibly get something done. Once hide me's in. Because I already knew that the hide me thing was already in there. I already knew hide me was in here. And what this guy means by hide me, you probably want... I'm going to take a wild guess and say you wanted your coaster built on land. Let me just see. I don't have a lot of room in my park left, which is the only issue. So what am I actually going to do here? I have no space for this. Now, unfortunately, the only thing I can actually put in there is the Carnival Log Flume, but it would have to require removing a lot of scenery. As you can see right there, that little pond over there, I don't know if that is an optional thing, given location is important as well. So, could I possibly add this to my lake and say that that's valid so long as I remove much of the stuff that's already in here? But then comes a big question, because the entrance and exit seems to be flipped from what was originally there. My other alternative plan... No, I don't want an alternative plan here. I'm going to have to settle with what's there and what isn't. But the only alternative plan is just get as close as possible to the Armada. and then start building the queue path from there. But we also have some buildings. Yeah, see building 30? I honestly don't know, though, if I can actually mod this whole thing out. Let me see if I can. I have another idea. Let me hit done real quick. How can I separate this whole thing? Or move it completely away. Yeah, I've moved it completely away, at least what I think. The only logical thing I can do is replace that entire thing with some sort of jungle theme that can actually work. So what I'm going to do is delete the whole thing, the whole building, demolished, and while I can keep that, eventually when I start working on prestige and everything like that, I can rework the whole scenery. So whoever built this workshop, I didn't know if this was intended for you, but I'm sorry if this was intended, and I will gladly one-up you on the scenery here. And unfortunately, that's where I'm going to have to stop, because that is definitely not the kind of themed music that I want. What do I want, though? Could we possibly have no music at all? That's an option. I mean, technically I could try to look for something that's related to it, but heavy EDM's not going to be worth these guys' time and effort. All right, so easy start to the Log Flume. I like. Now I'm probably going to try and seek out some consultation for this particular one as it is, because of how small this is. But let's just see. Okay. Easy start. I like. Easy start. So that brings that down to that. And then we have a second one that's even bigger. And I guess that's why we have this small upward slope that's not even supposed to logically and physically even be there. Because ultimately what would end up happening in the real world is that water's not going to make it up. Alright, second drop incoming. How is this going to help us? And... woo! Splash! I don't see why that's not a problem. Plus, I can understand why the straight was there, because if you notice the scenery that was there before, I said I was going to one-up you too. You're going to expect something good related to jungle. But now the results. The only issue is that excitement is also affected by the scenery of the ride as well, or at least that's how I remember it from Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. So if the scenery was affecting the excitement rating of this coaster, then I can easily just bring it back up. Once that's done, let's go ahead and pop it open. And also check the prestige, because that is my reminder of how much that I need to one-up this coaster. Coaster's called Jungle Falls, currently less than 1.5 stars thanks to that scenery removal. Don't worry, I'll one-up ya. Now, as I've stated before, with the deletion of the gondola, I've actually had to beg myself the proper question of what could go in these two spots that could potentially be replacements for this particular gondola. And there's a good reason why I terraformed this one. We'll get to that next. But first, a flat ride over here. Let's have a look. When I looked at the tutorial, did I do the Hellion Ring already? I think I did the Hellion Ring already, if I'm not mistaken. Can I just go over here? I think I did it over here. I had the Ferris wheel. There was a section for thrill seekers, but I don't think... That's strange. I never put a Hellion Ring. I don't think I did. Park management, name. Oh no, I did put a Hellion Ring. Where did I put that? All the way back here. Say, does it hurt to have a second one, or should I just go on with the next one? I'm gonna go on with another one. What don't I have in this park that I could potentially put over here? Probably either calming or what? Let's see what Thrill Rides has to offer. There's a Blackout. Or, what was it? We had an Overpower. Is this the thing that spins you as you go around? Yes, it is. Okay. That's what I was looking for to begin with. And let's bring this baby up to a point where I'm happy with it. Or, actually... yeah, that should be good. What was the button options to reset the... Just tap shift. I said tap shift. Alright, that and then tap shift. Yeah, that was what was happening. So, if I put it over here closely and then put it up just slightly like that? No, the trees are in the way. I'd have to put it back here. Which all works out. So what's going to end up happening is entrance is going to be all the way in the back here, where I don't have to worry about that too much. And then exit's going to be over here. Now this is an opportunity for me to play around with some of the operation stuff. What was it? It's the sequencing stuff. See how right now we have forward loop, backward dive flips, backward lock, and forward dive flips 1? These can be adjusted depending on my needs. So I can definitely look into potentially adding some stuff and removing some stuff as we go. But anyway, connect entrance to path to get things started, and I'm going to make this one a bit simple because I don't really enjoy having the idea of just doing that in this particular location. So pop that there, and we're good. As far as the rest is concerned, close this, test this, see how much we're doing here. I'm going to do some experimentation here, so we're going to see how this operates standalone with no adjustments needed. So this is going to, so first sequence looks like it's going to be the forward loop, which I do believe is just that by itself. Oh, it does that. So that does that. Backward dive flips? What? Oh, unless that forward loop was meant to be like that. If that's the forward loop, then wow. I like the music to use in this thing too. Backward dive flips. So that's... Is that the forward... Is that the... Okay, we had the forward loop. Is that... Oh, we got the flip. That's the backward dive flips. Or is it forward dive flips? I forget. So then we have backward locked, which I think is, or is this forward dive flips? Oh no, this is the backward locked. No, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Now comes the dive flipping. I think. And coming back down that way. Or coming... What is it? Are you just coming back down now? Nope, this is the die flips we're talking about. We're going back to die flipping. Alright, so that's our die flip moment. Then if we have ourselves back up and running in progress there... And what does this do? Is this... I assume you're just going to do that to get yourself back. But you're going to have to stop the swing at some point. Oh, there we go. And what's the test result? 4.78, 4.78, 4.53. Ideally... Okay, so let's close it real quick. Let's close it up. So let me see this. I need to put it in a point where I can... What do we got? Aside from what we have here, we also have backward loop, backward intense flips, which unfortunately will raise the fear factor. Die flips 2, forward loop, forward locked, forward hold locked, forward intense flips, low swing, backward die flips. I might be able to play with these at some other point. How have you guys been able to, if you've played around with something like this, how have you guys been able to accomplish the best overall excitement, fear, nausea ratings? Or as this game calls it, EFN. Post your comments and tell me how you did it. But I'll open this as is, because ratings are good as is. Now... With that one out of the way, I have some options down here. One of my options involves a shop. Now, before we get to the shop, I have an announcement in regards to polls on Twitter. I did go on Twitter this week, or at least at the time I'm recording this, I put up a poll on Twitter asking you guys as I was replacing shops around the park, which shops could I potentially do? And I described the following shops as potential replacements for others. I would put Cosmic Cow ice creams in some places that milkshakes places already exist. I would be replacing a couple of Chief Beefs, Hot Dog Squads, Monsieur Frites, and Professor Wursts. But I would also add in Gelateria Di Maria, Missy Good, Pizza Pen, Stay Puffed Marshmallows, Sugary Emporium, and one of these other ones, Just Ribbon or Living Set. You guys chose Just Ribbon. But, not only that, you never know if the guys who voted for Living Sept will also have some luck in there as well. We'll have to see how that fares. But in the meantime, however, you know, logically, there's some places for Chief Beef that already have good spots. We'll have to experiment with those. Let me go ahead and see what's closed and what's open first before doing anything here. All that's broken down. We'll have to worry about that later. Let's go to shops and see what we got. And sorting alphabetically, we have a few Chief Beefs. I'm going to start off with the Cosmic Cow milkshakes because I told myself a lot that Cosmic Cow ice cream would be the alternative option. And lo and behold, the front entrance of the park is one of the perfect spots for it. I should have 2 milkshake and 2 ice cream spots, but sadly, where's this Cosmic Cow? Is this one even... I mean, I could logically replace that with an ice cream, but we're low on vendors anyway, so let me go ahead and add some staff while we're here. First vendor gonna go up front here, just to get that out of the way. I'm gonna add 10 more vendors. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. The intent of having so many vendors is when there's not one available and there's one on staff break. I don't think they'll be using any staff rooms anyway, given that this is a sandbox park. But ultimately, what ends up happening is that these vendors should end up filling as much as possible of what's already in here. So is this the logical place for a Cosmic Cow ice cream? I have no idea. There's a Cosmic Cow over here in the jungle area that unfortunately, let me see, is that an ice cream? Oh, that's already signed for ice cream. Let me go ahead and just edit building with selected part. You've put a Cosmic Cow milkshake here, and that's our easy first stop for ice cream. Stop there. Then let me go into shops and facilities. We're going to add food shops. We have a Cosmic Cow ice cream located here. But the beauty of this is when we do rotate, rotate, that's that, and that does the exact same thing. So I'll go ahead and add this now. That's our ice cream stand for the jungle. And with that, it's an easy ice cream done. So that's Cosmic Cow ice cream. That's one Cosmic Cow ice cream of potentially two. And where's our other Cosmic Cow milkshake? It's all the way back over here. Now, I also told myself that there are going to be a lot of places where we're going to have to replace a lot of stuff. Cosmic Cow in particular is one of those where it can be like, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and replace those with ice cream stands. And since that's already a milkshake stand as well, I'm going to go back to where that other Cosmic Cow milkshake stand was and delete that. And do you know why? Well, we already have the Cosmic Cow stuff already in here. That's that, right? Let me go ahead and close up this Cosmic Cow milkshake because we don't need this here anymore. Those guests can go. That vendor can go freely wherever he or she wants. That's a she, right? Yeah, that's a female. She can go where she wants. As far as this is concerned, we'll go ahead and do this, edit building with selected part, get rid of Cosmic Cow milkshakes, and like before, we're going to go back into shops and facilities, and go into Cosmic Cow ice cream, and do just that. But that's going to require us to do this. Boop. And that's done. That's our Cosmic Cow ice creams done, and I can go in here and be like, on the sheet I can say, done. That's done. So now the next destination is we want to get a pizza pen in here. I'm going to start off with a couple of the more healthier choices like pizza pen. And I'm going to select them from my few choices. We have two chief beefs that have not been attended, or at least no idea if they're going to even be attended at all specifically. But logically, having a chief beef against a Monsieur Frites, that's going to be the big one that has to make sure that that series stays. So that chief beef stays. When we go to this chief beef over here, that is actually already labeled for chief beef. We don't have to bother with that too much in the first place. What we're really after then is over here, this chief beef is already getting a lot of customers. You're already getting a lot of customers there. But I did also specify to myself that we could logically make something work here. I could get rid of all three of these and replace them immediately with Pizza Pen? Missy Good, I think it is, and Professor Worst. So let me go ahead and pop over here for a sec, go to this hot dog squad stand. This entire hot dog squad stand is basically gonna... Let's delete that. Delete this. Delete this. It's already not being attended as it is. We can hire a new vendor for that purpose. So, what's better fitting to replace a hot dog squad than a Professor Worst stand? We do this, this, and then boop. That is standard issue. That is basic bratwurst right there. And to top it all off, the scenery has to have this kind of business as well. Building, actually. We want building, not that. Wall stuff. Wall signs. Where's our Professor Worst wall sign? Where is our Professor Worst wall sign? It is probably all the way... Not there. That's Pizza Pen. We want Professor Worst. Is this fitting or no? No. Let's just add a logo to it. Why not? And then to put awnings on, where are your awnings, my friends? Well, looky here, awnings. Hip shot, Pizza Pen, Planet Coaster, Professor Worst. But I also want to line it up just well, and because there's already a Professor Worst sign in the way, I have to do it like this. So that's our ultimate rebranding that marks Professor Worst. Wait. I just put an extra Professor Worst when I didn't want to. Rats. Put a fail for me. I forgot what Missy Good was again. Then again, we also have Pizza Pen. We have some options for Italian stuff. Let me put a Just Ribbon here. Let me put a Just Ribbon here instead. Yeah, let me go ahead and do just that. Let's get rid of Professor Worst. I'm sorry. This is kind of a huge mistake on my part. I'm sorry. Let me go ahead and replace the shops and facilities here. And add... I actually wanted to add the Just Ribbon that you guys voted for. Make sure that this is... No, not that way. Wanted to put it here. Did that sound like he was almost trying to croak? Ribbit, ribbit. No, I don't ribbit, I go bark. But anyway. Wall signs. The wall sign that I want, if I go to shop signs, I want to get my Just Ribbon. So if I go back down here towards where Gulpy was, this is Just Ribbon right here. We have brand and logo. I'm going to put brand, because that's small enough to fit up there, isn't it? Okay, I need to delete that. Control Z. I said Control Z. Thank you. But I want brand sign lit, because... No, wait, actually, no, I don't need that. I can just do this. Finally, awnings. Or some of you furries here. Awnings. There you go. And that is your Just Ribbon shop. What else could we do with both of these Monsieur Fritas and Chief Beef? I'm going to get rid of the Chief Beef to start. Let me keep the vendor. I'm going to go ahead and... let's just delete this, actually. So, shops and facilities. That, luckily, marks Just Ribbon as done. Our next store, we wanted a pizza pen. And that's what we're gonna put. And that's luck enough. By the way, if you guys notice any little bit of FPS lag right now, I apologize. We're gonna fix that at the very end of this video. If we go over here now, we had our awning right here. Where was it? It's so hard to find if we actually locate it just by doing the shop decoration thing. God, I already know about the search feature, guys. Don't comment about it. I already... Excuse me? Why did you vandalize? Oh my god, you guys. Oh, but on the benefit of the doubt, though. On the benefit of the doubt, I should mention. I already had trash bins and park benches on this end. I just forgot to put them in the rest of the park anyways. You guys can correct me all you want. That's probably going to happen next episode. Because we're going to be out of rides by the end of this. I also want to put wall signs. I have a wall sign for Pizza Pen, don't you? And now for the proper use of what you guys wanted to yell at me about was the search feature. So if I did Pizza Pen, let's go with wall sign 1. Make it simple as fuck. And to sweeten off the deal, I actually need to path this sucker. But guess what? I also ruined this. Which is now easily fixed. Now how to fix this? Simple. Down to 13. Back this way. I said back this way, and then back this way. Still works. But now the last question is, we have a Monsieur Fritas over here as well. How are we going to handle this? Solution. We go back to edit building with selected part, and then just demolish all of this. Monsieur Fritas officially gone. Do we still keep our vendor? I don't think we keep our vendor. God damn it. That was going to be good anyways. Anyway, our rides. Not our rides, our shops and facilities. What am I doing? So, that marks Pizza Pen done, but now comes the problem. I could put Gelatia de Maria. I could put Missy Good. I could put Stay Puft Marshmallows, or I could put Sugary Emporium. What is let me look at Missy Good for a sec, because that's the first choice in my list here. Oh, hold on. Did I accidentally do this? I accidentally took this out, I'm sorry. I was confusing myself already. Why the fuck? Oh, that's right, because I had to build paths. There we go. Shops and facilities. Missy Good. Excuse me, Missy Good. Am I doing it right? I'm doing it right. Oh, look! It's a donut shop. I think I did the wrong thing anyways, but it's still worth it in the end. That marks Missy Good done. You guys tell me how my placement is, by the way. I confuse myself all the time. Wall signs. We go to Missy. That's the brand of this location, isn't it? Missy Good. And then decorations. The signage is right there. Yes! So that takes care of that shop, and we can easily and safely say that we have 1, 2, 3, 4 shops already here. 4 shops. We're still missing 2, possibly 3. Stay Puffed Marshmallows and Sugary Emporium. The other issue that I have in mind here is, why do I have so many Professor Wursts in this particular location? Well, I'll tell you one thing. That building right there was specifically designed to be a full-on Professor Wurst area. So why should I even bother replacing that when it's just right there in the first place? So what's next? Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'll tell you one thing, Frandy. That I can just easily go back here, check my park management again. We just got rid of a Chief Beef, a couple Cosmic Cows, a Monsieur Fritas. We also got rid of a Hot Dog Squad, which now means we have to go back and take care of all this other shit. One other shop that I want to look into are the Street Fox coffees. I've got too many of them in my sights, and we could potentially replace them all easy. So, where's our Street Fox coffees? I only want one. Where's it going to be? Definitely not in the back. Wherever we have a Street Fox coffee in the very back of the park, that's gone. So the Street Fox coffee over here in the front is staying. We're going to get rid of the 2 in the back. And how do we do that? Well, for this Street Fox coffee, next door to the Cosmic Cow ice cream, let's do Gelatia di Maria. So let's edit building with selected part again, get rid of the Street Fox coffee again, and while the customers were still shopping, I'm going to ruin their day and say bye to that. They're going to teleport immediately to the path over there. And what ends up happening next is I'm going to go into my shops and facilities. And I did say I wanted the Gelateria di Maria. And to prove that I wanted this, look at this selection, and we're going to match it up nicely. Very nicely. And the lady sounds Italian too. I need to see exactly what's being sold here. No, I don't want to demolish it. I do not want to demolish it. I'll look at the sales later. What I want to do instead is I want to go in here and be like, Gelateria. I'm in caps lock. I don't want to do that, goddammit. The awning goes here. And then if I go into wall signs, what wall sign was I going to put in here? Gelato? We'll put gelato over here. I want to do 2 signs for this one. Oh, wait. No. Instead of that, Gelateria di Maria. That's too long. I just want to put, what's the logo? And how far is it turned if it's not turned? I'm going to have to do gelato. Yeah, that's going to be settled. That part's already settled. So that takes care of Gelateria di Maria. That part's out. Next, I've got Stay Puffed Marshmallows and Sugary Emporium. I did also say that one of the... Let me look at the options for Gelateria di Maria real quick. We have Lemon Gelato Chocolate... Oh, look at that. We're done here. We got it. We've got it. So that takes care of that. Next, I want to tackle back here. This Street Fox coffee can be gone. Oh god, that sound is so loud. Please help me here. So I can easily get rid of this Street Fox coffee over here. Edit building with selected part. I want to get rid of the coffee sign. I want to get rid of this. Leave the one Street Fox coffee at the very beginning of the park. And no close out of that for now, because what we're going to end up adding... Oh! Looky here! A misplaced Monsieur Fritas! I'll go ahead and delete that, and add two birds with one stone. That second bird... First, Stay Puft Marshmallows. Let's also get rid of Monsieur Fritas. Just because I need to put the new shop in here as well. The other one was Sugary Emporium. I like how the guy just says it. Emporium. Just makes it look promising, don't you all agree? Anywho. Building time! What are we doing here? We're going all the way down to the branded stuff. Excuse, is this thing not... There we go. Go down here. That's our Snackarooskies. But I want a Stay Puft. There's the Stay Puft right there. And the classic Logo Plus thing brand over here. We put that there. And our awning's going to be later. Let me go ahead and also add a Sugary Emporium sign. And then this guy, Sugary! Did they have an intention to split the two lines? Because I didn't think that would be reasonable. Anywho, awnings! And this one I can also scroll down to see. Awning for the Sugary Emporium. And it does that again. And an awning for Stay Puft. Nice. So that takes care of that. Unfortunately, I'll have to do a quick final check of the shops to see how far that handles. We've gotten rid of 2 Monsieur Fritas and many others as well. So what else could we get rid of? How many of the goods do I have? Can I get rid of one of those Just Mementos in favor of... I have 4 Professor Worsts. And why do I have a Tiki Chiki in here? Oh, this is chicken. Chimkin. That's why that's there. It's a jungle-themed chicken place. Chimkin. Yum. But for real, though, what's back over here that I could potentially change things around? I'm leaving the hot dogs, fries, and burger. Although, for those that are wondering, oh, what if Levine Sept was in another workshop model? Well, did I mention that I was going to add a workshop-themed blueprint here? I didn't think you could say that. Well, luckily, I did install... If I go all the way down, I'm going to not filter. I'm going to... Actually, no, I can filter by workshop because that's where I'm looking for in the first place. If I go all the way down over here to modern food / drink shop / facilities, the creator of this one can also be found down below. Oh, and I didn't even see that was too big. Rest in peace, friends. Rest in peace. Or are you? Or are you? I can easily probably locate another location for you guys. And just as simple as that, we're rerouting the path. We are definitely rerouting a path for all of yous. Now, in order for this to work, I actually need to flatten terrain again. So we go up to, what, 33 feet? what did I do? What the hell did I do? Here, I'm gonna go ahead and add this too. Okay, that flattens that section out, but what do I really need to do? I really need to do this. Because I want to go this way. Go all the way like that, and then that. Because I ultimately need space. Space for what, you may ask? That store, of course. That's okay, I'll be doing some more foundation terraforming soon. But wait, what does that mean for this path? Well, funny you may ask. If we really want that shop there, I still need to delete all of this. Bye. Of course, that also means cleaning up shop by removing all that garbage. And how do we do the process here? Simple. Terrain and terraforming. And this means all of this goes down. All of it. Yeah. Or at least some of it that can actually work. I mean, I'm doing trial and error here anyway, so it's not like I care too much. Let me just have a quick look, see how this will work out. Oh, we have ourselves a fit. We have ourselves a big fit after all. But is this enough? It is. And lo and behold, I think I see a spot for another exit. So if I do this, right, put it down here. What stores did we add over here? What stores do we potentially add over here that could actually do this? So if date opened is May year 13, we've got a Burrito Bonanza, a Churreria del Sol, a Cosmic Cow ice cream, a Cosmic Cow milkshakes, a Dune Delights, 2 Gulpy stores, an information booth. For those of you that voted Levine Sept, this store actually satisfied you. We've also got 2 Pip Shots, 5 Pip Shot stuff, including smoothies, and yet another Street Fox coffee. I wasn't expecting a lot of the stuff, but sure, why not? But unfortunately, the way this is set up, this also requires a lot of heavy-duty precision. And what kind of precision shall we say, you may ask? Simple. I'm going to go ahead and start building paths. Could we potentially just build paths easy in, easy out? Our easy in is the 13-footer, but the issue stands that we still need to add over here. We're going to have to start building out of the stores themselves. So let's do that, followed by not one of those. Oh, does that connect there? That does not connect there, damn it. I'll have to do that, and then have to do it every other one, just so these can be satisfied. I don't know how it's gonna work, honestly. How are you guys gonna handle this stuff? Not gonna lie. How? Pray tell, how? Is this mall meant to be like this? I need some level of precision that can actually... I don't understand the set... Oh. Oh! Now I see where that's taking shape. Okay, I see where that's taking shape, definitely. So that's one start, right? That's one start. What about the next one? Well, chances are you also have facilities up here with the bathrooms, the that's where the information booth is too, and including an ATM too, not gonna lie. So question, can I start... No, I can't. I'm gonna have to build over here and then start building these guys. I said if I could do it, damn it. Wait. Did that. And then did this. There we go. Ultimately, what should be happening is connect like that, connect like that, connect like that. Oh, I just thought it. I just saw it. Connect like that. That's our connection. As far as these guys go, we're going to do the same thing. Connect like this, if I could. That works. I mean, surely there's got to be a way to hook it up like that. There we go, that's that, and then that's that. And similarly over here, I can easily just connect like this, and then that does that. So that's the big start of that particular one. But now we start doing the whole stair mechanism. Oh wait, let me just... hold up. Delete this. I may not have had enough, to be fair, I may not have had enough, parts to use. That's not how it's supposed to connect up. Let me just disconnect like that. Disconnect like that, I said, damn it. But we really want to connect like this. That's our exit there. And then ultimately, these two are supposed to hook up like this. But really, though, our aim instead is to just try and build the stair set in such a way that this can still work. So let me try building instead, not there, but there. And then build from here. Does this still hook up easy? Yes, it does. That's an easy one. So that hooks up that, and that hooks up one of our wonders. Is this over here a valid path? Yes or no? It is not. Okay. So, we then go on to here, where I saw it. There we are. And we just go like this, where that one is set up. Finally, I'm going to go inside the structure itself, and we're going to build there. I'm spending a lot of time on this. You guys are going to be getting extra time on this, and to be fair with you guys, I'm going to timestamp a lot of this stuff. Remind me if I don't, please. Would really help a lot if I knew I was timestamping something. The inside of this place really does stand out, I will say that much. It really does stand out. I do not expect anything less from this at any rate. At any rate. Really. So then if I did this... Is this an exit? No, it's... Oh, it is an exit. Okay. So that solves that piece of the exit. I can definitely hook up myself with an underground tunnel to make that meet back up at the upper path. Then what about this? I need to hook these two up like that. Line this up, put this up like that. Oh, I just put myself back up here, didn't I? I really need to be over here. And to force that, I'm going to do this. Wait a minute. How is this not working? Let me just see this real quick. Let me just see here. Yes. That should actually hook up. Why? Why is this not hooking up? That hooks up like that, yeah. Why? Why does this hate me so much? I mean, the beautiful thing about this is that I can adjust easily and accordingly. So, what if I did this? That. Much better. Then say I did the same thing over here. Put this like that, and then this like... this. There we go. And then I'll work out how the rest of that works. But for now, I need to connect up here. Hold up. We do this. Put that there. Do not curve. Hold up. How's it not? There. I just want to do it like that. I'm going to need to go back outside and handle that mess. Alright. That settles that score. So now what I have to do over here is I have to continue this path. Which I don't want to do that. I still want to do, if I go back up this direction, I want to do this. Bring it down like that, down like that, down like that, and ultimately it should hook up like that. There we go. That's one of them. Now you can see there's a path down here I can easily hook back up to the top via methods of which I should not explain immediately. But really what I want to go back down to is back down here, because if I do go back down here, you can see there's some more extra bits that I did not really build paths for, and that's what I'm going to do. Put that like... No, I don't want to build up. Why do you expect me to build up when I should go like this instead? Because the easy peasy way out is already right here, and where else could I say my shit's easy peasy out than just by connecting it like this? Easy. But then what about this other stuff? Well, funny you should ask, because I did plan on including paths here as well. For scenic purposes. Think of this as like some sort of concierge for a mini hotel of sorts. Then you have that right there, just waiting for you. Easy. But then something else comes to mind. Could I possibly connect these up to solve this conundrum? Yes, I can. I mean, it does put a little roundabout section there, but it should still work. Similarly here, I'll do the same thing. I didn't know I could build paths like that. Actually, let's just... Serious? You serious? Alright, I'm getting out of here. Alright, so that should solve that mess. Our new stuff is done. That connects that path up, but I still need to build this path. Easy tunnel, easy way. Tunneling. I've never built a tunnel path. But in order for me to do this, I actually have to go through the tunnel. And to put it through, I have to go like this, and attempt at least to go up like that. That's gonna obstruct. So I'm gonna have to keep going like that. No, not curved! Like this. Now my question becomes, is that gonna... It's gonna obstruct. That's why trial and error always works. You never know until you try. Now we're hooking things back up. See that now? But instead of hooking up to... Ah! What did I do? Undo that, please, thank you. Oh my god, that was so scary. But now that we've emerged back, should be fairly keen and simple to just tone this down like that, bring this... Never mind, we got it! We got it. Alright, that settles the score on the shops. And this scrapped... I just realized I've been recording for an hour and 15 minutes. Like I said, I'm going to be timestamping a lot of the sections that you're about to see. You can always go to any of the sections that you want. If I forget to do this, then please feel free to let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for your kind help in this situation. Now, as far as other things are concerned, now that we have that shop out of the way, now that we have that special mall situation out of the way, I also promised to build a bobsled. Question here is, we have a go-karts all the way back there. This is a very, very heavy-duty model in the go-kart scenario here. How in the heck do you guys have a big, huge chunk of guests just waiting? Here. What's worth is just closing, letting this run, making sure that our guests actually go through, and I'm going to do a whole fast forward because I need to get this sorted. So you can see that going by fast forward, I'm definitely taking those guests out of the way and out of harm's way. Yes. Out of, well, the way of the construction guys, the fake construction guys, which is aka me, building the path for you guys, these guests. So why in the hell did I put ring racers there in the first place? Well, I just wanted something to get the guests on this side of the park. Eventually what's going to be replaced here is something special in itself. A bobsled. So once these guys are parked, they're going to get themselves off the ride. And I will go ahead and start deleting paths. And demolished. But, whoa, that is really... Look at this. That scenery, though... I wish that were all buildings so I can easily get rid of them all. And... that's actually where I'm going to stop in terms of deletion, because that section relates to the bobsled. Now, time to clear some trees while we're here, too. This is just a big mess in relation to what I want to build over here. So I do that, get rid of that. Now if I scroll back over here, I can always do this and delete that. Luckily I didn't get the monorail. And that's going to be where I build my bobsled. There's going to be a small path over here that probably intertwines and goes under the monorail enough to get to that actual bobsled. So I'm going to go into track rides. I want to go into custom. And our ride... No, I want coasters, not track rides, coasters. And our destination is under the wooden section. I want custom, not... hybrid, wooden... There it is. Wooden bobsled. Aces Sky. So now that that's out of the way, time to get to work. The beautiful thing is, I can put the station on which side I want, and I'm going to keep it on that side just for a good cause here, too. And even better, could I also connect... Wait, let's put it here for now, and then I'll do autocomplete as I go. Chain lift. Easy. Upward slope like this. I could do a 60 degrees, but let's just leave it at 45 because make it easier for our guests. How high are we going in with this one? 100? Let's do 100. That final height looks to be 118 feet. I like. Oh, I see where you're taking this. I see what's going on here. You have the half pipe and then a transfer into standard track. Look at that. Intentionally, I am missing a thing. So let me just do this real quick. Build, but then bring it around again this much. Matter of fact, let me just bring it all the way to 60 degrees. And extend it. Yeah, like that. Just so we have enough room to work with. And then bring this back. Back up like this. Bring the turn back to its place. And then start bringing this baby back up. But bring the, no, I don't want to bring that back down. Or maybe I should. Bring it down to, like, here. And then start doing this. If I start getting extreme ratings, then, I blame this section as the start of it. What happened here? What was I missing? Oh well, I kind of get the idea there. No special pieces? Heck. The idea of a bobsled really is to slope and helix down. I don't understand why there's no helix in this area. What is your theory on this? So let me go ahead and start our first pseudo-helix, if you will. But for this to work, I need to go 15 degrees. Then start doing this. And then start banking, because the bank doesn't work on this ride, at least until you do that. So I'll do 45, and then start... How about like this? Well, that should start out as an easy first helix. Okay, your autosave really does wonders, thank you. And bring this back to the 0 point. Or maybe I should flatten it first before bringing it back to 0. Or maybe leave the bank. Because by then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bank death bend. What's the bank death bend on this thing, you may ask? Simple. I do... bring this to like 30 degrees, say, and then start banking this back. And then do the same 30-degree turn on the opposite direction, and then bank that direction anyways. Because then that then turns this baby back 90 degrees. No, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. And then brings this baby all the way back down to our 15 degrees that we were using for the helix. Brings you back down here, back down here, back down here, back down here. And then when we get back to this, look at that. It auto banks out of it. Or even better, I'll do the auto bank out like this, just to make things a bit easier for all of us. So once we get this out of the way, we get this clean and simple motion like that. Bring this back to Not extended, damn it. We bring it back to flat like this. That. And that's where we bring this into full swing. Now comes the big kicker. Get this baby like this. Are our trim and block brakes going to work here? Let's add blocks. Okay, can I... No, I can't. I'm going to have to bring this back up. Trim it, and you can still turn with this way. We start trimming, go 45. Trim again, and then... Huh? Were we really doing this? Were we really doing this? That was obstruct... Beautiful thing about it is we can bring it back up. But unfortunately, no autocomplete tool. And autocomplete to... Hold up. That is absolutely not how we're supposed to do it. Cancel that, please. I want to do this differently. Autocomplete. You work wonders. Let's make that trim brakes to sweeten the deal. Now, my curiosity strikes me as to wonder, how are the trim brakes going to even work? So that's my question. That's part one. Part two is, before we even built the entrance and exit, I always doubt myself on a lot of these coasters and ask the question of, can we run a wild test on this and see if this even works with the EFN ratings being good the way they are? Let's do that and start with our wild test. Show me the moolah. All right, how bad is this? We start with the turn. Woo! That brings the coaster down to that speed. Nice. A little wide turn didn't hurt anybody, unless it actually got them violent enough to bring the fear factor up. The bank dust bend is a good start, and then we go down back to this next helix. And then that's where the trim brakes take action. To slow it down to a good point. But how bad did this get? Let's see. Oh no, the G-forces on this one looked very well. Okay, so that's a good start. Now, could I potentially increase the number of cars per train to 4 and have it still work? Let me do a quick fast forward motion. Because eventually, I've learned this the hard way when I was building my flying turns in Roller Coaster Tycoon 3. You may have seen me do that on Twitch. But when you build something like this, the more you put on your car, the more gravity takes on it. Because it's taking more mass down with it. So then that turns into the possibility of this coaster more or less failing at a point because the coaster was too long. We've definitely brought the fear factor down, but it looked like from the review of this, it looked a lot better the first time around. With this many cars, the 3 cars per train. The other part of it is I have to ask the big and ultimate question of, can we possibly put more cars on this, more trains on this? That's a possibility. And we can answer that simply just by saying, yes, we can. Bring this in, test her out, we'll get our finished result. And pretty surely, both can run at the exact same time, just provided that nothing fails in the midway. And just like that, our first car's back, second car's gonna be back soon. And that's what we wanted. See that? That's exactly what we were looking for all along. Testing first is usually easiest. So let me go ahead. Entrance over here. We're going to put it here to keep it safe. And then place the exit. We're actually... No. Put it over here. Because then the guests don't have to cross into each other all the damn time. Or even better, can I change the station? I can change the station because, let me just see if I can place a path underneath. If I can place a path underneath, then odd chances are I got this in the bag. So let me go ahead and delete some of this and then start putting path here. Bring this around like that. Bring this around like this. Come down here. Go through here. Go through here, and then there, and then here. Oh yeah, we got this in the bag. We definitely got this working. Let me go ahead and change the station to make this work. So quick edit track. And it should highlight the station. Because then I can just change the station just like that. Station should be... We have entry left, exit left. We want entry left, exit right. Looky there. And now I can replace the exit. Gotta love the big whole idea of, oh, we got this there. Sounds, oh, undo that, please. I don't want that. Let's go down here. And then let's go ahead and sweeten the deal over here. Queue path. My standard issue blue queue path, why not? And those waiting in queue for a long time can have their sweet time just by going through here. Maybe some terraforming over here would be nice too if the person who actually does get their name attached to this ride wants it. We'll have to see. But for now, we'll finish off this queue, baby, going under the monorail again. A little quick. Okay. Alternative plan. Take out this, take out that, and then start going this way. Still obstructed. Oof. All of my oof. Oh, what about what I did before with the flattened terrain feature? Is that right? We had the two? No, we had the different ones. Now I can stop tunneling and go back to flattening the path out on top of this. Simple as that. But the problem stands that looks a bit awkward, don't you think? Let me go ahead and fix that real quick, just to bring it over here instead. There we go! Am I a genius for doing that? But really, I can just do some really quick terraforming around it by doing a quick flatten to surface. No, not that surface. I want foundation. And then a quick smooth to ease the pains a little bit. And the cost of smoothing also tends to push the boundary a little bit so that this crevice over here probably never existed in the first place. That's kind of my theory on that. Now with that said, oh, I get it. More testing. Because we had to do all of that. Great. More testing. Lovely. A small little bobsled with just enough of that work to make it look like an Alpine-esque bobsled can still have that property to make it work just like that. So that brings the excitement factor to that screeching halt. And that does that. I'm getting better at my coaster designs more than anything. I'm still claiming that success coaster at some point as well. Now, we're at the end of our series, but before we go, I also made a quick little promise to you all that I was going to start limiting guests to manage my own FPS issue. And for those of you that may have more powerful PCs than I do, currently my specs are listed in my Twitch channel, then you can definitely assist in this factor. But what ends up happening, let's bring this baby up to just a mere 3,000 guests. Now my curiosity strikes me. I want to ask why most of our guests were unhappy. I still gotta solve that. And eventually, as we go on further, at the end of the whole thing, I'm still gonna go through those guest thoughts, really. I suck at management here, really. This is the weakness that I have. I like building, I don't like management. I'm sorry, it's just that way. But with that set in stone, that is... I mean, I did say that 3K was going to be my limit. I'm starting to see those numbers dwindle. I'm starting to see those numbers immediately go down to a dwindling halt. Or at least going down to a point where it's actually reasonable. Eventually, that number is going to go all the way down to the point where we've hit our limit of 3,000 guests. Why 3,000 guests? Recall that in previous parts, we've had multiple traffic jams and multiple full queue paths. The limit ensures that every coaster that has the prestige enough, that is prestigious enough to keep its mojo going, can actually run proper. So, I'm going to be doing a lot of prestige work later down the line, but the next episode is actually going to consist of doing some path work, which will also include a little bit of a spice up of this park entrance. That looks like a generic standard Planet Coaster themed entrance, don't you think? So we're definitely going to spice up a bit with a few bits of nature here and there, but definitely nothing too over the board. So next time we see each other, we're spicing up that park entrance and adding in some path scenery around the park to spice things up and keep our guests happy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, leave a like, post your comments, hit subscribe to that notification bell, share this video with your friends, and as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until next time.